Hello and welcome to the Mad Leprechaun. Sorry about the background noise. I'm clearly at this year's NEC Motorcycle Live in Birmingham. I'm going to wander around, see who I can see what I can see. If that's something that interests you, please stick around and stay tuned until after the intro. Just walking past the Ducati stand, and there's a martini scrambler.
Done the rear, done that on the front.
That's right.
Left the wheels.
Got camera envy.
Sorry?
Got camera envy.
I'd rather walk
Yours
around
bigger than mine.
Just little elements of change. So that's a fantastic looking bike. I love it. Where did you start, Steve, with something like this?
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, I was just walking past these two guys who did a bit of a talk about it and drew my attention to it. Very nice too. There you go. UK premiere of the Pikes Peak Multistrada V4 Ducati. Very nice. £28,000. I absolutely love the look of the Ducati. I think for me, the Multistrada is the bike I would really love to ride. And the fact that they do it in black, £21,000, sir. Yeah, I quite like that. I may have to try and see if I can blag a ride one day. Some of the styling cues on the Ducati, some of the little things that you would wonder why they do what they do. Down here, the bottom, those little vents help to direct air back up towards the rider and keep the rider cooler. That's something someone pointed out to me some years ago, and I think it's just little attentions to detail. I like that. Let's see what else I can see on the Ducati stand before we move on. Chopsy! So I just bumped into Chopsy, had a quick chat with him on the Ducati stand, and rather fab it was too. I love them. Right, there's enough drooling on Ducati. And they're doing lots and lots of talks here on Ducati. So let's wander on. CF Moto. There's a brand that I am very intrigued by. I think they're making some really very attractive bikes, and I really would like to get an opportunity to sling my leg over one of them and take one for a ride. They are a Chinese brand. Oh man, look at that. That's pretty as a picture. Yeah, the adventure bike, which is over here. I would love to take that for a ride. There's another one just down here. I think TMF took one for a ride recently, and he quite liked it. That's the 800, so it's the MTX 800. There are no prices on, so I can't tell you the prices. I should speak to a young lady, and hopefully, oh, there we go. That one is 5699, and the other two aren't posted. So there you go. CF Moto. It's getting very quite congested and crowded now. On the BMW stand, seeing what I can see. Saw Dave Perry from Wheelie Good TV, and hopefully there'll be more of Dave and Wheelie Good TV on my channel in the not too distant future. So I did ride the GSA 1300 recently, and a lot of people think it's a bit of a given that I will ride the ASA. So today I'm hoping to try and see someone from BMW. I'm hoping to wangle a ride on the new ASA. And do you know what, guys and girls, the more I look at the new GSA, the more I like it, honestly. I'm liking the look of it. So the gentleman in the middle there is going to do a demo ride on a new GS 1300, and it is an ASA.
Automatic. If you've driven an automatic car, you'll know what automatic gearboxes do. They suck all the fun out of life.
So
this is an automated shift, so it's got a
the bike that I'm pointing at now
shift up and down the gears
is
in manual mode.
the ASA.
You just don't have to pull the clutch. So as Ben rides around, you can see there's no clutch lever on the left-hand side of it. You can ride it up and down the gears like you've got a normal quick shifter, but the clutch and the pulling away is done for you, or you can put it into fully auto mode.
Excellent for high fives.
It's excellent for high five. Now, I'm sure Ben won't mind me telling you all this. When we told Ben he had to ride the auto bike, he was grumpy about it. He spent a long time learning to use a clutch. He's a very controlled rider, and we told him he couldn't have a clutch for the display, and he was quite suspicious. But come on, Ben, you have to admit, you've been quite surprised by it, haven't you?
Yeah, I was suspicious, Chris.
And that's why I want to ride one.
I was going to ride around this tiny arena.
I do ride an adventure bike myself, but I absolutely love sports bikes, and that is the current World Superbike Champion winning motorcycle ridden by Rezcat. And he's an absolute legend. What a beautiful piece of kit.
So you get that mix off-road, obviously the lightweight bike gives you better clearance, going over bumps and going up and down banks. On-road, the high
Needs a mad Leprechaun sticker on it.
So it gives it a slightly more sporty feel. Jenny said it feels like one of those fancy...
I hope he doesn't go to MotoGP. I don't know how other people feel, but
some hip-hop blood in there.
I just think World Superbikes for me is where it's at. Obviously next door is Peter Hickman's bike.
Fancy touring stuff. It's got all this luxury kit on it.
Harley-Man TT Legend.
I was riding it this week out of the Welsh mountains, big gnarly trails.
And for years and years, people could win on that bike, the Isle of Man, not win on short circuits, and Top Rat has basically shown them the way. On the bike that I've just shown you, over here, number one. Yet another championship winning bike. There's a super stock, British super stock winning bike, ridden by Davey Todd. Yet again, another M1000. So BMW are having a really, really good 2024. Crazy Horse Customs. They're based over in Bury St Edmunds, and they have some beautiful, beautiful bikes. They've got a fantastic restaurant in their shop, and they do a fantastic bike night. I'm pointing at a three-wheeler, but yeah, they have some beautiful, beautiful bikes. Oh, look at that. Exotica and MV Agusta. I'm trying to put it in the shop. One of these has won the Isle of Man quite some times. Slightly controversial, but it has. Right, I was just talking to one of the guys from Crazy Horse Customs, and I've learnt an interesting factoid about this Zietta motorcycle. It's made in Italy by none other than Valentino Rossi's dad. So clearly he's got a bit of heritage, because Rossi's dad used to race himself. Weighs not an awful lot. Power to weight ratio 14,950. Wow. You're paying for your Exotica. Yeah, interesting. And of course, I couldn't come to a bike show without pointing a camera at a product that I highly rate. Here he is, the man himself. Yeah, hopefully Richard and I are going to make a video about how they make their custom fit earplugs, and they're evolving the company and the process of how they manufacture the earplugs. So hopefully Richard and myself are going to get together later on in the year and going to do a video about that. So hopefully you find that one interesting. Right, I've had a very, very busy day so far, and I haven't really covered an awful lot of the show, but I'm now at KTM bikes. Now I know KTM have got a lot of new bikes this year, but I've been chatting to fellow video creators, and the day's kind of run away on me a little bit. So let's cut to the chase and have a look at what KTM have. The KTM Super Adventure S 1390. And I took the 1290 out recently and was super impressed with it. And there is the 1390, and the difference between the front end of that bike, the 1390, and the 1290, wow, very, very different. Yeah, very impressive. Okay, so there's the 1390 in black. with orange highlights. It wouldn't be KTM if it didn't have a bit of orange in it somewhere. 1390, the Super Duke GT. Yeah. Do you know what? It's... See, I don't mind the front end of the KTMs, but an awful lot of people criticise them and say nasty and rude things about them. But it's probably the first one that I don't quite like. I normally like the angular design and styling of the KTM. But yeah, okay, each to their own. But there is the new 1390 Super Duke GT. Now I am supposed to ride one of these very, very soon, and that is the 1390 Super Duke. To say that I'm kind of excited about getting on it is
I'm not worried about you only allowed 12 points.
an understatement. It's hard to believe that's just a 990. I do think the aero on the front looks like some sort of a Mustang. And that's very, very, it's almost like rescue orange, that colour. There is the 390 Adventure R. I nearly overlooked this bike. This is a very, very impressive little bike for 2025 and new and in the dealership very, very soon. 390 Adventure. I'm going to quiz on down to Triumph. Well, here is a Triumph that I have done a review on. The Elvis Presley limited edition, and I don't know how many bikes this is limited to, but recently I took a spin on a friend of mine. He's quite a famous singer, and I did a review on his bike, and yeah, it didn't get the footfall that I think the bike deserved. It's clearly a Triumph Bonneville, but done in some very, very special Elvis Presley colours. They do make a beautiful bike, and it's a shame, really, that Triumph refused to either speak to me and let me ride some of their bikes, because I would like to ride some of their bikes, but they just won't speak to me. Oh, that's a pretty bike. Speed Twin. Wow. I like that. In fact, I have to say, Triumph are getting very, very adventurous with their colours. People could be very critical a few years ago of Triumph, and they said that they weren't that adventurous with their colouring. That's really, really nice as well. It's the 1200. Now my genre is, if I can get a shot, is this. And I have desperate to try and get my leg over one of these. And they just won't let me, which I think is a shame. You know, maybe Triumph, come on, be nice. And I would genuinely love to ride a Triumph. I'm down with Honda on their stand to see what they have to offer. My word, there's so many different models of Honda. Honda really have perfected, and they sell more scooters than anybody puts motorbikes on the road. The Honda 50 was the bike really that absolutely launched Honda stratospherically in the motorcycle world many years ago. Obviously their top of the range would be something like the Fireblade, which is a beautiful bike. Plus John McGuinness's Fireblade with flies from the Isle of Man TT. And obviously Tommy Bridewell's British Superbike Honda alongside it. Clearly, they know what they're doing. Right, let's have a little wander further along, see what else we can see, what Honda has to offer. Yet again, I would love to ride a Honda, and there's loads and loads of Hondas that intrigue me, and that I do, as a 6'5" person, I do fit on. So maybe one day. Fantastic commuting bike, the NC750X. Itchy Boots on her channel has made one of these bikes mega famous. Unfortunately, she's decided not to ride a Honda anymore, but ride an XT600 Transalp. It's a very, say, standard bike. I think that's a wrong thing to say about the bike. There's less tech on it compared to some bikes. That'd be where I'd love to start with Honda and see what that bike is all about. It's a model of bike that has been around for a very, very long time. And yeah, so Itchy Boots really has made this bike ultra famous and rode around the world on it. If you haven't watched her channel and the stuff that she has produced on her CRF, you really should give her channel a look. It's mega. Let's face it, I could not come to the NEC, Birmingham, and not visit Norton. Let's see what they have to offer. The V4 SV. Beautiful. Such an amazing bike. In fact, there's the old carbon version and the Commando sitting next to it. Beautiful things. Limited run on most of what they make. There's the black one. It's over there. There we go. See, everybody thinks of Ducatis as being, you know, Exotica. But that is just, it's like a Rolex or a Rolls Royce, or it's just very, very special bike. And beautifully made, 961 SP. Gorgeous, absolutely lovely. And it's made just outside of Birmingham. People like myself of a certain generation will remember the JPS Norton flying around the Isle of Man TT and in the British Superbike paddock. Just legendary, absolutely legendary bike. Rotary engine, amazing. I am literally dashing to the other end of the hall, and I'm hoping to meet some of the guys from Roadskin, because most of my videos I do put a little thing in saying, you know, Roadskin TML10 discount, get your discount code, etc., etc. Well, this is the company, and they are at the bike show as well, and I'm going to go and see if they've got anything new. So I've just had a chat with both of the guys from Roadskin. They're based down in Kent. They've got some new products coming out, and hopefully I'm going to go down to the shop and do a video on some of their new products very, very soon. I'm kind of skirting around some of the manufacturers because, number one, I don't have an awful lot to say about them, and I don't know an awful lot of their product. But Harley-Davidson, a company I have done videos with in the past, and really truly I would like to do more with in the future. Two friends of mine have just bought some Harley-Davidsons even, because one of my friends has bought more than one. Dave, you need one of these, Dave. Definitely need one of these. And as I said, Dave, this is the bike that you should buy. And that's the photo. I quite like that. Now they're not taking photographs, I still think Dave needs to, yeah, that could be the bike, Dave, couldn't it? Man, I quite like it in that colour. It is £29,095. A street glide, if you fancy. I seem to remember some years ago Harley-Davidson doing a Harley-Davidson fashion show, and they don't seem to do it anymore, which I think is a shame. So I did a review on one of these FTR 1200 Indians way back when I started doing reviews. out of Crazy Horse Customs over in Barke St Edmunds. Basically, it's a flat track style bike. And I think Indian makes some absolutely beautiful bike. Yes, so I'm going to contact Crazy Horse Customs, who are my local dealer, and see if they will allow me to do a review on the FTR. Suzuki, I have to say, Suzuki UK have been extraordinarily kind and generous with their time and their bikes this year for me, so massive thank you to them. And hopefully, all being well, later on, well, next year, 2025, we're looking at 2025, hopefully in 2025, we're going to do something more with Suzuki. I'm just talking to James over there, and I rode one of these earlier in the year, and I have to say, this is probably one of the most underrated bikes on the market. If you've never ever considered owning or riding a Suzuki, I rode the RE and the DE earlier this year, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised and super impressed. I almost have a theme running through this video today. This is Carl Ride's British Superbike winning bike. He's got a very unorthodox riding style. Entering corners, he takes both his feet off. How he manages that and makes the corner, I've no idea. If you remember Freddie Spencer, Eddie Lawson and the like, they used to ride bikes that were kind of very similar in appearance to these. So that's what Yamaha have kind of aimed these bikes at. And clearly they're not GP bikes, they're SRX 900s with a very fancy body kit. But you can buy them from Yamaha looking just like that. And for me, that's done in the wrong colour, but indoors it just doesn't really show up particularly well. But this is a new Tracer 900, all new for 2025. Yeah, that looks really interesting. As soon as I point the camera at it, honestly. You've got to get them while you can. Very muted colours, very kind of grey and matte colours. Tracer 9 GT. Yeah, interesting. Right, the day is kind of slipping away from me, really. As you can probably tell, the haul is getting a lot quieter. I don't even know what time of the day it is, but I have to get back from Birmingham back to Essex. So yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed some of what I've tried to put together for you. If you have, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't, please feel free to leave a thumbs down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, and then hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Until next time, I was just signing off. Look who they are. It's Richard and Harold, Bandit Man UK, and I was just signing off. Until next time, people, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.